People are not conscious, in any direct sense, of frequencies in sound and light. Yet, without differences in frequency, there could be no speech or music, nor would there be any variations of color. HEALY is a certified combination of innovation and technology that uses individually determined frequencies to stimulate specific areas of the body. Through regular use of the selected frequency, the HEALY can support restoring your cell membrane tension to a natural level. Each frequency application is clearly displayed in the HEALY app. Just select the one that you want and feel it. The HEALY is not intended to cure, treat, or prevent disease, but rather to support energetic balance and enhance recovery, vitality, and well-being.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
Welcome. We're back.
We're back.
Hey, you know something? I noticed something.
What?
You never got that little thing fixed.
No, we didn't, but I'll
It's
work
all
on
good.
it. Yeah, but we're back. It's been like a whole month.
You know,
Hello,
it's been a
Indigo,
month.
and hello, Lisa.
Hello, Lisa. Hello, Michelle. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time, Hillis, hasn't it? I didn't even realize how long I was gone until I was riding home yesterday, and I kind of put it all together. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been gone that long.
Well, I was only supposed to be gone for a certain amount of time, then I was gone extra time. So it was well worth the time. I mean, can you guys see a difference? I mean, can you tell like my glow?
I think it grows a couple hairs there on top, Hillis.
Maybe, but I did also lose like 8-9 pounds too while I was gone too.
I didn't get that.
Well, see, you were driving around. I was just stuck up in the woods.
I know. I was driving
Nature.
Miss Daisy.
I was chopping up wood. I was putting up teepees. I was taking down teepees. I was, almost like a camp manager, so to speak.
Yeah, it was so funny. So for all those listening right now, Hillis and I have been on a pilgrimage, each different directions. But my pilgrimage actually led me to actually go with Hillis up in the Catskills and do medicine. So Hillis and I were together, and I do have to say, Hillis, I was really impressed by you because I always have that image of you as the diva, and he turned into lumberjack man. I'm telling you, I was so impressed. So I just want to tell you that kudos to you stepping into that role.
Thank you. Oh yeah, that's right. Because that was the night where we had to put all those gigantic logs on the fire.
Yes, and I was in another world, and you're like, pick up the thing. I'm like, what? Just chill.
Yeah, it was a very beautiful experience to have you there with me to share that sacred space.
Yes.
And that night my body was in so much pain. Oh, Miranda is here. Hello, Miranda. Oh my God, spiritual goddess, love you. Miranda is my sister, my from this life, past life, and all other lives. Ceremony,
beautiful
sister. So yes, so thank you for hopping in and staying tuned. And so I'm just like so distracted tonight.
I know. It's like, what are we doing? We don't know how to do this anymore. No, we do. And I want to thank everyone else, Indigo, Michelle, Lisa jumping on, and whoever else that's listening that's not actually on where we can see the board. Oh my God. Thanks for coming and joining us back on our journey back here to live show.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but you know what? I will say this while we have people on. So next month, for our Thanksgiving episode, we're going to have a show with Neil Donald Walsh, his third time being with us. So I'm super excited about that too.
I love him.
I know, I love Neil too. But yeah, we are in the works of getting some really amazing guests lined up for you guys coming up for the next month for the rest of the year. So you guys stay tuned, be ready for that. But yeah, we're back and we're kind of like in a half swing.
How are you? Yeah, I'm
Ariana,
totally in a half
hello.
swing. Hello,
Oh my God,
Ariana. Can you
everybody's
feel me?
here.
I know I'm really in a half swing because I actually just got home yesterday. So yeah. So I'm still kind of regrouping. Sorry, Rebecca, the phone wrong spelling. I don't
Oh,
understand.
oh no, she probably spelled your name with a C instead of a K.
Oh, sister, it's all good. I've changed my name so many times. I never know which way's up and down.
Yeah, exactly. And so also too, while I'm thinking about it, Indigo, my dear, you have to email us because now I'm back because I heard that you want to come on the show. So let's make
Everybody
it
wanted
happen.
her on the show.
Oh, okay. Well,
And I think she wants to be on the show too.
yeah.
So,
So Indigo, my dear, let's make it happen.
yes.
So,
So,
you
Hillis,
know, I don't even know
tell
where to
me.
begin,
I
right?
know so much has happened. Should I tell
So
my story, my trailer?
yeah, okay, we can start with that, the story of the trailer.
Well, that's just so, me. I
Poor
mean,
Petunia.
Petunia, my dream of riding around the country in Petunia and doing the show live. Well, that dream has been shifted to something new, which we are not sure what it is yet. So, on my beautiful journey, it has been, I can't even tell you, I'm gonna have to write a blog of everything that happened to me. I'll just tell you where I went. I started in Florida, went to North Carolina, went a couple places, North Carolina, went to Ohio, went over to the Catskills to Socrates, where Hillis was, went to Pittsburgh, then back down to North Carolina, another part of North Carolina, and then home to Florida. So that
Right.
is where I've been. So the Petunia story. So when I was in what I call the land of Oz, we had booked a place, a cabin. Things got shifted around. My dog passed away while I was on the road, or we had put him down because he got very ill. And so it was kind of right after that. My husband came up to join me with the other dog because he was depressed. So things got shifted. And that's what this was so beautiful about my journey was everything shifted. And I just had a flow and I was always like redirect, 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 kind of like life. It was really teaching me this on how to flow like a river. And so we found this cabin in this RV park I thought it was a cabin by itself, but it turned out being this gated RV park. And I ride in this park, and I literally, the first thing I say when I go through the doors, and maybe this is why all this happened, I said, "Where am I? I feel like I'm in the land of Oz." So
But you
I
didn't
got
see any,
lost.
but you didn't see any munchkins though, did you?
There were turkeys running around, so they could be
So
munchkins. But
close
I
enough.
did see
Okay.
Jesus. I did meet Jesus. Remember, I
Yes,
met
you
Jesus.
did.
So this
Twice.
one I get twice. I met Jesus. Oh, I met Santa Claus on the way home too. So I mean, I'm covering them all. Literally Santa on a Harley. But so I'm going to journeys with Becky. It's always an adventure. So I'm going. I was when I was heading into the RV park the first time. I got lost with the street, and I'm sitting there, and there's this man sitting in a chair at number 21, and he in a meditation in the middle of this RV park, and I'm like. I look over at him and I said something to him. He said something, and I had to go up and turn around, come back. Well, when it came back, he's standing up and he's like, white t-shirt. He was, yeah, he kind of looked like Jesus, tell you the honest truth. And he looks at me. He goes, "Don't worry. Times are tough right now, but there's a beautiful world coming," is what he said to me. And
I
I'm like, I
love
looked
that.
at him, which was really cool. And I'm like, okay, this is a moment here. I don't know what this is all about, but and I don't know why I asked him. I was like, "Do you shapeshift into a crow?"
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, that's what I said to him. And he's like, "No." He goes, "I'm Jesus. I'm reincarnated Jesus." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, good to meet you." I don't even know what else I said at that moment because I was tired and I went on. So that was my Jesus moment.
I
And the whole
love
time
that.
there was, the whole time there, just it was like one thing after another. It was just the weirdest place. I had this crazy butterfly show up on the floor. Did I show you a picture of him with
You
all this
did.
geometry all over him? I've never seen something like it in my life. But anyhow, I was leaving, and there was two cars coming down the lane as I was leaving, and two white cars. I don't know why I'm telling you two white cars. And remember that Jesus was at number 21
Yeah.
and one car behind me, my husband, and I was
Yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I'm pulling out and I'm just literally, I think I was like kind of hypnotized with the cars in front of me. I'm going, I saw the gate open and I disappeared out of my body. I don't remember anything. The only thing I remember is sitting there and hearing crunch. And I'm like, oh my God, this gate is closing on me right now. I had no idea where I was. It went crunch. It took my side view mirror off and then went back to my trailer and crunch, 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 and like destroyed it. And I'm like, I get out of the car and I was literally still, I got yanked out of my body and yanked back in. And I know it was divinely guided because when I looked up in the sky right after that, there was a huge butterfly. And before that, I was seeing gold groundhogs on the side of the road. So anyway, so that was so she was destroyed. I had to duct tape her up and I drove her up to the factory in Sugar Creek, Ohio, and dropped her off and had a meltdown when I did that, realizing that symbolized everything I was carrying on my back. Yeah. All that, we talk about carrying that weight on your back, and like my travel trailer, I wanted her so bad. However, she was representing some part of her in that moment that I had to release all those little things on my back that I didn't even realize I was still carrying. And that was my release when I let her go at the factory.
Yeah. Which led you to me in Socrates.
Yes. And Socrates. And then I go to Socrates. Oh my gosh.
That was an adventure in itself. I mean, first I want to say a big shout out to my best friend that I've known for over 20 years, Nicole, with 2 L's. She's here. So hello, Nicole. Thank you for hopping on and joining us this evening. But yeah, when you said that you were coming to do ceremony with me in that space, to have you there, I've shared that space with many people. But it was different because, how we dance together and the energies that present themselves is a joy because, that's kind of how we met, was in this kind of energetic dance. And
in New York.
Yeah, in New York, of all places, and so to have you to go there, to be open, to be vulnerable, because you said time and time again, Aya's not calling me, I'm not called to do this medicine, blah 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 blah, all this stuff. And here you are months later doing
I got called.
Yeah.
I followed the calling.
Yeah, you did. And so, your story, I kind of want to jump into this because your story about Petunia is a perfect segue about my journey with what my shaman calls the power walk, the day of power walk. And so this day was filled with so many lessons. And so we start the day probably like around 9 a.m.
And I wasn't with Hillis when this has happened.
No, she was not with me. She was with me the last weekend, which was a beautiful weekend. But anyway, so this particular weekend, we did mushrooms and only mushrooms. So we start off the day with mushrooms. We drive those who were capable and trustworthy to drive to this nearby park where it has this amazing, beautiful trail. And so along my path, we get a quarter of the way in, and everywhere I walked, there was a tree right in front of me. And when I reached the tree, I went right. About another 10 feet, another tree went left. Another 10, 12 feet, another tree. Go left again. And I'm like, what the heck? What is all of this? Why are all these trees in the middle of my path where I'm trying to go? And there's a certain order in how we have to walk. And so all the women Well, yeah, all the women walk first, where it's mother, and then after the mothers, it's, by age. And
Mm-hmm.
same thing but however, the men is different. So the warriors are walking towards the back. So it's like myself and one other person, well, three of us are warriors guarding the back, watching the pack. So it's like we're a pack. It was about maybe 12 of us that day.
You're a wolf pack.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And so as I reach the third tree, and mind you, I'm close to the back, so I can't, be lollygagging. And so I'm like, what is this? What is the lesson here? What are you showing me? And so as I connected to the medicine, the energy of the mushrooms, not just within me, but also in the ground. One of the lessons here was like, yeah, you can choose left, you can choose right, you can say yes, you can say no, you can say good, you can say bad, you can choose all these polar opposites. You can choose this path, but it doesn't matter the choice, because the choice that you make is beautiful because it's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
You own the choice, you own the decision, you own that. And as I'm walking through, because I had to, keep
Mm-hmm.
going. As I'm walking, I'm like, this. As I'm looking to my left, as I'm looking to my right, seeing the magnificence, the beauty of this forest, of these trees, what is the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it right now, but the majesty, yes, the majesty of this beauty that is walking through and seeing this, and they all have the choice of where they wanted to grow, where they wanted to be, or where they wanted to be connected to. And so that, and owning the choice and owning the beauty of that. So there's no right or wrong, there's no good or bad, there's just the choice that you make, the
Mm-hmm.
isness of it all. And I say that because I want everyone to know that right now we are in the midst of choices in our lives, that every day, every second, every moment, there's a choice that we have to make. And in that, we have to see the beauty of it. We can't agonize over, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? We can't agonize over any of that, because the agony of the choice will defeat the purpose of the beauty that is being projected, the beauty that you call into that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is in that which we um, block. We have our blinders on when we don't allow ourselves to see that. And so as I went through my day of this power walk, it was amazing. It was beautiful. We finally made it up to the very top of the waterfalls, to where I got to see nature in a whole different way, in a whole different view. And I haven't looked at nature the same since this day. I mean, there's no way you can. But it was a part where we were coming back down to the main part of the waterfall, to where we had to get in the freezing ice cold water.
Woohoo!
Are you talking about, having the courage to do that? As I looked at one of my sisters, Shelby, as she was the first one to go in, she was the first one of our group, minus Jaime and Kelly, as they were one of the first ones she was the first one to go into that freezing cold. And I'm like, yeah, woo! And me just cheering all loud. And then I walk back, and Jaime looks at me, and his eyes got real big. He's like, you go face your truth. And I'm like, I was like taken aback. And it was in that moment, it's like, okay, let me take off my shirt, let me take off my socks and shoes, let me prepare for this. And I got in that freezing ice cold water. It was like, why am I in this water? Why am I doing this? Why am I in this? And it was for me to see that the choice of me going in here is not as bad as I made it seem. My life isn't as bad as it seems. So, yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. And it's just the beauty of all of that, of the choices of the day, we know some people were complaining, some people were upset. So it's like all these things, all this energy. So it's like the choice to stay in a space of joy, or to enjoy the unfolding of the
Hmm.
choices that you make, to experience that yes, you are in this power, yes, you are in this revenance. Be that.
Yes.
And since I've been back, I haven't been the same. I haven't been the same person since my second weekend away.
Hmm.
It's just profound, and how when you commit to something, and not just doing plant medicine, anything. So you make the choice to commit to something, how much you change.
And it was, I think it's also, I mean, thank you so much for sharing that amazing story because it was so cool to hear. And,
I have so many more.
oh, I have a laundry list. So right there. So every week we'll tell a story from our adventure away. However, one of the things that really came to me in my journey, which coincides with what you're saying, making that choices, and it came up over and over and over again, is right now how we are being in a space where we really have to trust and surrender and
Yeah,
make the choice, but trust and surrender to the choice that we make, and knowing that it's divinely guided and is part of where we need to go, and let go of all that doubt and get out of that mind that we've been so conditioned to follow, that tricks us and is
yeah,
tricking us more than ever right now.
yeah,
And getting that, and the only way to get that clarity is just like you jumping in the water and just letting it all unfold, because if you
yeah,
don't jump, you're never going to know.
yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because one of the gigantic lessons, and actually a lesson I'm still learning, because you never stop learning, because I consider myself both a teacher and a student in all of this. And so one of the biggest lessons is and Amanda, I'm so glad you're watching this. So hopefully this will reiterate and integrate in deeper into what we talked about previously. And so the lesson here is that we always want to control something, because people, when you're in the journey of the medicine, it teaches you. People often say, well, you have to let the medicine control you. You have to let the medicine do this. You have to let the medicine do that. Sometimes you have to surrender to the medicine. But it's about this balance of surrender and control.
Mhm.
And control and surrenders that have that divine balance, that divinity in that, the harmonious energy. Because yes, you only relinquish so much power, not all of it, because if you relinquish all of it, then you lose control, and then there's no telling what it can happen. And so when you allow yourself to surrender, you are still in control, but you are surrendering aspects of yourself that you wish to no longer have. You surrender pieces of yourself that no longer resonate with you. You surrender everything that is old, so to speak.
Yes.
And so when you allow that controlled surrender, you then open up new spaces, new energies, to allow for the seeds that you have planted to grow. And
Mhm.
it is in that where I uh, do the work that I'm meant to do, is to be this nourisher, to be this person who allows for this divinity, this harmonious energy, to say, okay, well, I'm going to only give up so much here, and I'm going to surrender over here. It's not about one or the other. It's about trusting the intuition to have that divine flow of control and surrender.
Yes. And I love that you say that, because I was telling my husband earlier tonight, I realized my whole journey of what I went, because I also went to Delaware too. So I went home to see my mother, who I hadn't seen in years. So I forgot to add that in, which was just the most beautiful experience. I forgot to add that one in. You know,
I know. I loved you. I loved you telling me about you and the experience with your mom.
yes, I mean, it was just a beautiful looking at her, from another place of compassion, and just so much healing happened there. But I needed to be, I was not dreading going, but I was supposed to go see my mother. And I don't know, I'm again on this segue right now, but talking about trust and surrender. So I was
Hmm.
supposed to go see my mother, um,
Before ceremony.
before ceremony. I wasn't even planning to see you at that moment.
No.
So I was planning, actually, when I was in North Carolina, I was going to go see my mom, and all this stuff happened and was like, and then the dog died and all that. And I'm like, I changed my whole plan. And I'm like, nope, this needs to happen now. And then Petunia happened, and Petunia was the one that led me to go to Ohio. And then I realized how close I was. And then I said, okay, after ceremony, after going through all that stuff I did with the ancestors, it's like I surrendered that. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go home now.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
had to be at that space, and that was okay. And what I found was like, what I found was really cool. And then there's two things. Then I want to go back to what I was going to say before. Was I remember driving. I was a little nervous to drive like through New York. I'm like, oh, because me and energy in New York. I'm like, oh, the thought of it just made my head spin. So I'm like, I had no traffic the whole drive. I mean, there was traffic, but not like stop traffic, and that's what. But anyway, my biggest lesson I learned from being in that space and kind of surrendering to the situation of, I'm ready to go home. I'm in this space. I'm staying in love. I remember driving one part of Jersey, and it was just this moment where I was looking around, and there were cars everywhere, and it was just a little bit of, but not crazy. And I was fine. I was at peace.
Mm.
And I'm like, and it made me realize we cause the chaos in our world to get us out of balance. And that when we can stand and say, I am fine no matter what, I am in the presence of this right now, but I can stand in my truth, and I can stand in my heart, and I can stand in my love and be who I am, that outside world will not affect you. I mean, I flowed right through, the Jersey pathway. And it was, and it was so funny too, because I was like, I had no cash with me. I'm like, oh God, I forgot I'm up here, and they charge an arm and a leg to ride the roads. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do now? And, everything just unfolded where I stopped at a farmer's market, and I'm like, do you give cash back? They're like, no, but we'll give it to you. And, so everything was provided for me as I surrendered and just was in the flow of this journey that I really, truly even resisted part of going home and, looking at all that stuff that I needed to look at with everything that has happened with my family. So, that was so important to surrender. And then, and I'm going to go to the end of my journey now, which I learned going back to Boone. So when I started to go back, I literally went back to everywhere I began, and I completed a circle pretty much everywhere I went. Not everywhere, but most places, or a few places. And I remember leaving. I stayed with a friend in Boone, and I was riding down the road. So when I left the first time Boone, I had Petunia attached to my back, and I was on the masculine side of the road. They were redoing the road, the right and the left side of the road, which would be the masculine, the feminine, the divine mood. So the first time riding the road, I was on the masculine side, in that energy of holding on to something, kind of being in the chaos, all this stuff about to happen to me, and driving down the road. But then when I was leaving, that side of the road was complete. And I was riding the other side of the road. And as I'm riding down that road, I realized what was happening. I'm like, this whole journey that I just went on was to assist me in an initiation of coming into a place where I can balance my masculine and feminine energy in divine alignment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's everything that I learned, even losing my trailer and everything like that. That was all like my journey was finally stepping over to that divine feminine to claim that part that I still was holding on to these masculine pieces, and I needed to step into that to balance them together. I mean, that masculine part's still there, but it wasn't balanced. And that is what I really learned from driving down a mountain road. So, but what I'm saying also is, that's how the world talks to you,
Yeah.
just to take the time and being very mindful when you travel through life, that it is, if you're mindful of what's going on, the world kind of unfolds and gives you like what's going on. And so that was so beautiful for me to see that. I'm like, oh, wow, this journey was really profound.
Yeah.
And also trusting the woman to do my hair who'd never done color in it before, and she was shaking when she started. So, you talk about trust and surrender.
Don't even talk about that, because, it brings me to the high point of the ceremony space that we shared, because you talk about chaos, and I want to, and there's no perfect way. This is the perfect time to talk about it. So, through the night, we've gone through half of our medicine journey, And so this is what we came to the time of the walk of power, or not the walk of power, the time of power, as we prepared the space to move from the teepee into the Tamaskal, the sweat lodge. And
Oh,
so, right, the time of power, talk about chaos. So we all had to leave the teepee, and we all had to grab stones to put upon this fire that we were building. And so the fire was going, fire started, and mind you, I am in so much physical pain, just writhing in physical pain in my back, in my legs. I'm just like, ugh, so much pain. But I knew my body was rebuilding itself, which was why I was in so much pain. And so in that time of power, we had to walk around what started out this tiny bonfire, no higher than a knee. Started out that small. And so then we each had to take a stone until all the stones were in the fire. So all the stones are in the fire. So then somehow I got put in charge. No, actually somehow I delegated myself
yes, you
to
took
be
control.
to
You stepped
be
into that role.
to
And it was
to
beautiful to watch. It was really funny. But he yelled at me a couple times because I was kind of out of it in that moment.
I yelled at a lot of people. I yelled at because people. I mean, I get that you're in the medicine. You and the medicine is teaching about that in that time of power. You have to, yeah, it was very chaotic because you're building this fire, and we're working together as a family, as a team, and now we're putting this wood that I chopped, helped to chop on the fire to cover the stones, to cover the stones, to cover the stones. So the people going around in a circle, around in a circle, around in a circle, and I'm like, and the whole time I'm like, where is this energy coming from, because I'm in so much pain. What is happening to me right now? And so when we needed the bigger logs, this was the most amusing part to me. We needed the bigger logs. And so the day prior to that, I spent an hour cutting this damn piece of log in half.
It was
And
huge.
yeah, in an hour of me cutting this, okay? And so then Jaime, the shaman, was like, we need more wood, we need more wood. And I'm like, where is it? And mind you, I had no flashlight. I'm just seeing, because with your plant medicine, your vision becomes, your senses are more intensified. And so I'm like, where is it? Where is it? And I came back with the giant piece of wood over my head, not once, but twice. I lift this thing over my head, it's like, here, this goes in the fire. And it was just a beautiful moment to see. It was like a controlled chaos, because you have
Mhm.
the fire. The fire at this point is taller than me.
It was huge.
It was taller than mine. I'm like 5'7", so the fire had to be at least over 6 feet tall. And in this moment, you see that everyone is finding their peace, finding their power, finding their journey, because we're doing rapé, we're doing all this other medicine, and we're finding our center. And it was beautiful to see even Rebecka, you just, and it's like, you're like, oh, what the fuck is going on now? But you
What did
still,
I do? I don't remember.
I don't remember it all either, but I just remember like, oh, geez, what now? And it's like you're in this space of like being lost, but you found yourself as well.
Yeah, I was in that moment. I was like, I don't know where I was. I was like a little confused. It was too much energy for me and I wasn't grounded in it yet. And I'm like, what is going on right now? I'm like totally confused. I was in so many dimensions. I'm like,
Yeah, but and that's the beauty of it.
and
Yeah,
then finally I
you,
realized what was going on. I think I missed the instructions. Just like when he asked me to put the tobacco on the fire, and I was just supposed to, I thought he wanted me to, I was like totally just confused
yeah,
on what was
yeah,
happening in the moment. And once I figured out what was going on, I was perfectly fine. But I was
yeah.
a little like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, and see, and that's the beauty in that space of the chaos, because you have to navigate your way through it
Hmm.
by taking your power,
Yeah.
by aligning in your power. So yes, it may be chaotic at times, but this is just life in general.
Yes.
There's times of chaos. There's times of what people not really don't want to say because it's such a buzzword now, is the uncertainty of it all. But life happens. So when you allow yourself to step into to taking your control, taking that power back, then things become more clear.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions or anything? We're just kind of rambling on here.
I know we are. No, but I just want to say there have been people been agreeing with us. So thank you, Miranda. Thank you, Indigo. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Ariana. Thank you, everyone who is in alignment with what we are talking about this evening. Because, if you know us, we never know what we're going to talk about. We just let spirit choose the topic for the night.
It just goes with the flow. But what's really cool to, talking about balance and everything we're talking about, I did read a little thing about the full moon that's coming up in Aries, I think it is. And the balance of the two. And it's all about moving to that relationship. So everything we're talking about is we're right on the energies that are happening right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
And in the weeks to come, I'll share more stories about my time away.
Me too.
I know. So
I got this twice, so I wanted to share it with everyone. So I drew a card before we started the show, and then I just kind of just pulled another one. So and it came up twice, so I thought I'd share it with it. It's the orange dragon.
Wait.
And I think it's so beautiful because it brings soul families and community together, spread belongings, warmth and oneness, bring people everywhere together. So I thought that was absolutely beautiful card to pull tonight, where Hillis and I came together. We're, bringing this community online together. Everybody who's found us and is like joining in this beautiful. I tell people all the time, I was like, we are growing the most amazing community online on our little show. That it's just, I love how everybody supports everyone, and everybody's always there to help everyone. And it's, Hillis and I are here as a host, but you are all part of it. We're like co-creating this together. And it melts my heart just seeing how beautiful of a community that we're creating all the time. I tell people all the time, like, we are just creating this most beautiful community online, and that's what it's about right now, is finding a soul family, finding those people that are going to let you be you, allow you to express you and stand in who you are, that we don't have to play small anymore at all, that we do need to shine, and we need to not be afraid to just be who you are, no matter what that might look like. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at me.
Oh, because Hillis is now a lumberjack man.
And I am a caller of elements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. One day you guys have to remind me to share the story of how I called an eel over to me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. In the middle of my own personal medicine ceremony, I called an eel over to me, but that's a story for another time. And so with that beautiful reading, Rebecka, I think it's time. Do you think it's time?
Time for what?
Spirit question.
Do, do, do.
Let's see. So you guys ask your questions for the divine to answer.
Check the link. There's already a question.
Oh, there is?
He's slacking.
I am. Wait, where?
Michelle, Pierce, 7:33 p.m. Is there any divine message for me tonight, please?
Oh, there it is.
Do, do, do.
Well, it's been a while. Come on.
Hey, I'm so great. I do have to say something. I am so grateful you're back and handling all that, because when I was in control of that, I surrendered to that altogether. I didn't even press go. I was halfway through the broadcast. I had everything everywhere, but I got the gist of it. We survived. That's all that matters, right? We all survived. But I was like, dang, I can't wait till Hillis is back. Take care of all this, because I let go of all of it.
I didn't know you missed me that much.
No, I did.
I'm kidding.
I did.
So Michelle, my dear, it's interesting. as we are talking about this energy of surrender and control. Um, I feel this night was designed for you to step into your space of control, to have your power back, to really step into the being that you know you are, and to let go of whatever fear and doubt this is that you are connected with, and that is looming over your life. Because I feel like whatever situation this is that's looming over you, it's been looming for a while, and it's like a pattern. So that whatever this looming life pattern is, you have to allow yourself to find and say goodbye to that. And I feel it's much deeper than what you realize. And so usually I don't do this, and I feel that I have to, because I feel it's much deeper than I feel that there is assistance required for this. And so, Michelle, what I'm being guided to suggest is that you reach out to me, and you can email me at cosmicinsightradio@gmail.com, and we can connect more, because this life looming pattern of yours has been hindering you for quite some time. And yeah, and it's time for it to go away, because this created fears and blocks, a lot of things in your life, and now it's time to be better. Yeah, Rebecca.
So I have my dragon cards out tonight,
I
and
love your dragon
I
cards.
know. Two, and they're Diane Cooper's dragon cards. I forget the name of them because I always like to give people who make the cards they're oh, here they are, right here. You probably have them. Diane Cooper's dragon oracle cards. So I wanted to. I always like to give people what they. I don't. You know what I'm saying. I can't even get it out right now. So two cards came out for you: the Fire Dragon, so burns up lower energies around you, and the Golden Solar Dragon. So we're all on the fire tonight, which is very interesting because on the 20th is coming up the Aries full moon, which is all fire energy. We're all on fire energy right now. So I totally agree with Hillis right now. And what I'm feeling too with you, Michelle, and with the cards kind of clarify what I was feeling before I draw them, but it's just fun drawing cards. So, you know, I feel like you've been in a really negative space for a lot of your life and holding on to a lot of stuff, as he was saying. But you're about to step into it's time for you to step forward. It's that to step into that role that you were born to be here for, in that leadership. You're not a follower. I feel like you've always stayed in the background, and please let me know if this makes sense. But you've always kind of stayed back a little bit. It's time to move forward. It's time to be that fire. It's time to allow you to stand in the wisdom that you truly have inside of you, that you've allowed to kind of keep on the back burner, and that's okay. Because a lot of us have done the same thing. Me too. I feel like there's a group of people out there that just were being prepared for this time, for the new energy that's coming into the world, the DNA reprogramming that's coming into the world, how everything is shifting and changing. That, I always get a lot of people like, why don't you step into your power? Why haven't you stepped forward? Blah, 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 blah. You always get that all the time. But I really do honestly believe in my heart, there is a group of people that have been learning, weighing, and just waiting. And I'm one of them. And that's why I can say this, because I live it. For this energy at this time to step forward, because the world wasn't ready for what we have to offer. And so I feel like you fall into that, Michelle, and claim it. You anchor
Yeah.
into it, be it, and don't be afraid anymore. Do not, and I'm telling this to everyone out there listening now or later, do not be afraid anymore to be who you are, to be completely who you are. And if people don't get it, don't take it personally. Just realize that you have moved beyond them in an energetic way, and you are in the new energy of the new earth, and they're still sleeping, and that's okay. And discern that energy in that, okay, I need to relook at my relationship with this person because it's not serving me. What is this? Blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God, that's Jaime, the shaman.
Oh, is that Jaime? Blah, blah, blah to you, Jaime.
Love you, Jaime. Thank you for tuning
Love
in.
you. Mwah.
um, and so thank you, Michelle. Thank you for allowing us
Thank
to
you,
do that
Michelle.
for you. And so Indigo is saying, have you shown there's a video? There was
I
a
showed you
video?
the video of the ghost.
Oh, yes. Yes. I did see that.
Did I play it on the show? I thought I
I think,
did.
yeah, you played it on the show too, but I saw it.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you. And Indigo goes on to say that this is the readings that we gave for Michelle's confirmation of what she's been telling her. So, Michelle, we're waiting.
Sparkle girl, sparkle.
Yes. And so, spiritual goddess, Miranda, my dear, we would love to hear what the divine has for me. So, Rebecka, I will allow you to take this one first because Miranda and I have spent a lot of time together. So there's stuff that I know in which I don't want to impede in the message that's going to come in. So I have to clear that energy out. And so, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So beautiful. What I'm feeling for you, and I did draw some cards, but I just want to feel into this that you are on the transition of opening your heart and finding yourself at a new level of an open heart and love. And in that, enjoying the freedom of who you are, which you have locked away for a very long time, and stepping into that. And it's time to bring that love into your world and knowing all that karmic stuff that you've been carrying on. Is going away now, and you don't have to carry it any longer. And it's time now to expand and step into a higher path than you've been before. And I feel like there's a lot of fear of taking that step, as we said before to Michelle, and it's kind of like a theme right now, that you have been in this place that you were afraid to take that next step forward. But now it's time to open that channel because you are that channel of light. You are that channel of love, and you need to open to that space to allow that and receive that, to that come in. Allow it to come in so you can open up and line to the divine, beautiful being that you are in a space of compassion, in a space of divine love, and allow that to flow.
Yeah, that's pretty much sums it up, wouldn't you say, Miranda?
On point tonight. Oh, I got nose. Somebody's. Woo.
So yeah, I'm just gonna say this, my dear. You and I both know the path and journey that you are on, and the choices you've made to do what you have done the past month with me. And there's been no coincidence in why you are here this evening, no coincidence in why we met. And so now is the time for you to truly step into embracing your energy, embracing your power, and to allow the naysayers, to allow all of the old teachings, the old wisdom to fall away, because the old doesn't serve you. So now it's time for you to create something new, develop something new that is of you, of your own design, that is unique to you. And as you create this, all will unfold in the way that it's supposed to. And not to get caught up or stressed out about the timing of everything, because as we both know and understand, that time serves no purpose, because it is you that is the master of the energy that you hold. So continue to step into the role of the master that you have manifested for yourself, and remember all the teachings from the past month, as they will serve you here as well. And you could always get a hold of me, so no worries about that, my dear.
Oh my God.
Love
I feel
you.
like Dennis the Menace.
No, you don't. I don't even know. It's more like alfalfa, but yeah. More like alfalfa, but it's all good. I don't even see it, but you probably see it.
I just pulled it out.
Yeah. You know who's not on tonight? Dom.
I know.
I know. Dom is usually out with
I gotta
us
tell Dom about my birds. My bird, my half a crow, and all my blue jay feathers I was gifted.
Yeah. I missed that. So does anyone else has a question? And you're most welcome, Michelle and Miranda. You ladies are so welcome. I'm glad you guys are still on and watching us for the first time and here with us and present with us. So, I guess we could take this time to promote ourselves since no one else is here, and no one else has a question just yet.
I don't know.
Um,
Does anybody else? Oh, there's a new comment. Somebody's chiming in. Let me guess. Oh, love Dom.
I know. Um, and so one of the things I enjoyed about you, Rebecca, is that you did your sound in a ceremony.
I did.
You did. And
I
so
was like, that was interesting for me to do it in ceremony, to tell you the honest truth, because I was like, everybody was singing. I was like, and then they were playing the drum. I'm like, how am I going to? I was a little out of sorts. That put me out of my that really put me out of my comfort zone to do sound like that with the drum and I was so just coordinating. Like, oh
right.
God, what am I doing?
So wait, so tell people what you do. You know,
I
tell
know.
people who you are, what you do.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
What do I do?
You're this medicine woman who does many, 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 many things.
I do. I don't even know what I do anymore. No. Deborah's with us tonight. So what do I do? I'm moving into the medicine woman I am at a new level. And I've learned that I'm moving into working with individuals at another level using all my gifts and talents and all the energy work I've learned, all the paths I've been on and everything, and bringing that all together. I've learned on my journey here that I need to embrace the artist that I am. My paintings are behind me. So I'm going to start working on my book using my paintings, and they all have channeled messages on the back of them. And I'm going to do prints on them as well. So if anybody interested, just let me know. So I realize I'm the artist I am. So I'm like claiming all these things I have been kind of resisting to come into who I am. And I'm still, and I also realized something on my, this is a new endeavor. Ready? I have learned that I need to work with bees. So I am going to become a beekeeper. I'm going to take a little class and have my bees because bees followed me everywhere. So I need to do something with the bees and work with the bees. So that's a new thing that I'm going to put up on my little list of things I need to go down the world. But, when I do my sounds and my voice, moving out in DNA and reprogramming and, so all that's coming together. So if you like a session with me, give me a shout out, and I'd love to work with anyone just to, help to reprogram, zippy zap. I call it the cosmic tune-up.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just am a cosmic galactic tour guide.
Yeah, I mean, and Rebecca's sound is amazing. I've had quite a few sessions with her. Oh, and she does QHHT.
Oh yeah, I do QHHT.
Yeah, she's a woman of many talents.
I do. I have gone down the rabbit hole. I kind of sometimes thank you for reminding me, because I I just sometimes I don't know. I've just been on my little that. But bottom line is, I am who I am. I'm standing in the truth of who I am, and love to help
exactly.
others just move into who they need to be, and that's what I love to do.
Yeah,
And stay in my heart and in my integrity, and and from that space of love.
yeah, and I honor that, and I honor our connection.
Mm-hmm. What about you,
Yeah.
Hillis?
What do I do?
You do.
I have my spiel.
You have your elevator speech.
No, but honestly, that is evolving.
Mm-hmm.
I am a soul mentor and energy facilitator. I am a psychic medium. I am one of maybe like 20 people on the planet that facilitates the energy of Lemuria by way of Sirius, this very universal galactic energy to assist in soul transformations to people from trauma, from pain, shame, guilt that they've carried in their life, this life and past life energy. Also do soul retrieval work. Also getting ready to start up a new program called Light Body Transformations to allow you to step into your light body, into your crystalline body, which hasn't fully formed yet, but I'm really excited about that. So there's a lot of things like Rebecca I do, but I think Rebecca's more on the grounded side, earthbound side, and I'm more galactic.
I am in the process of redoing my program, Rejuvenate, which is I had before, but it's being reshuffled for the new energy. So it's a process using paints and all kinds of stuff where you retrain, refresh, refocus, rejuvenate. So then you can wake up every morning saying, "Oh, have I rejuvenated today?
I love that.
And then it can become the rejuvenation where everybody renews themselves every day.
Yeah, I love that. And so, as you now know who we are and what we do, we have a question from Indigo. Indigo, where's Patty? I miss Patty. Oh, that's right. He's probably asleep now, huh? Well, tell Patty we said hello. We miss him. And is there a divine message for Miss Indigo? My dear Indigo, as I feel into the energy, I just love your energy because you're just a bright, beautiful soul, and everything is coming together for you. And just keep on doing, keep on. See, this is what I love about Indigo. She asks us a question, but she already knows the answer. She already knows what she's doing.
It's magic.
I know. So Indigo, just keep doing what you're doing, my dear. It's all good. I mean, you are who you are, and you're stepping into that every day, every week. So keep your meditations, keep your baths, keep everything that you are doing because of the simple fact that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, and huh?
And dance.
And well, yeah, that too, and dance and sing and do all these things, and with each activity is just going to allow you just to release the fear of being that more and more. And when you come on the show and people get to see your awesome, beautiful, lovely face and energy, that's just going to lift up even more for you to really allow yourself to be seen and to be heard. So just keep on doing what you're doing, my dear. I can't wait to have you on the show, Rebecka.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful one. So I know you've been on a journey for a while, and I feel that I'm seeing a bridge right now where you're at the bridge of passing a test to the next level of you. And are you ready to cross that bridge and to claim the higher light you are, to walk in the place that you're supposed to walk into, and to transform yourself to who you're supposed to be? So that's the question I have for you, my dear. Take the first step to walk across the bridge and claim you.
Yes.
Right there.
Yes. See?
And it's going to happen so fast.
Yeah. It's already there, my dear.
Well, it's there, but she needs to cross the bridge.
Yeah.
To lighten it alive.
Thank you, my dear Indigo. Thank you for your question. Thank you for bringing this energy in with us for today.
Oh, Deborah said she loved my hair. Thank you, Deborah. And it took me 2 weeks to get used to it. I needed to claim my hair. Mm-hmm. See? On that bridge, ready to take the step. Take it, girl.
Yes. And Miss Ariana. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I was just saying you won't fall. And you've got beautiful people out there to support you no matter what.
Yes.
And you can do this.
And Miss Ariana, what time is it there? Is it like afternoon?
It's tomorrow, the next day. It's probably around 4 or 5 or something. No, wait. I think so. Maybe 3, 2.
Well, thank you for joining us all the way from New Zealand. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, and this is what I love about the show. We talk about what needs to be talked about, and it carries a theme even through us giving the messages for the night. And like you, my dear Ariana, you too are stepping into a new version of yourself, and I feel that it is a bit unsettling for you to step into this new version of yourself, and just allow this new version of who you are to allow it to unfold gently with ease. And there's no need to be afraid of it, because I also feel there's new powers emerging from you as well. This new energy emerging from you. Don't be afraid of that either, because this is just helping you to be a teacher, to be a leader of this, and to teach others how to tap into this ability that is now emerging from you. especially in your part of the world where you are. And it is one to also help to ease some of your financial burden, because I feel that's also been on your mind. So allow this to really assist you. Talk to it, nurture it. Allow this to help you on the way that you are being asked to be helped. I know, because this is one of the prayers that you have asked for that's being answered. So allow that to come in. Just sit back, take a breath, and be at ease with it, and just talk to it and acknowledge the feelings that you have around it, and all then will become clear. Rebecca?
Oh, my dear Ariana, love. Yeah. So I'm going to show the one main card I pulled. Oh, I forgot to show the other people the card. I just have to because
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. That's exactly it.
so that's the main one. That's the end of it. Transform your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. Process what you know. Act with truth and honesty. Let let your wings of light grow and expand. And in saying that, my dear, um, I'm getting to it's time to really ground into the energy of who you are and keep yourself grounded and knowing that I know there's been a lot of stuck stuff in your life on where to go, what to do. But that is coming to an end. That is circling through and coming into an end as you come through this cycle of you that is turning into this. That's where you are, sweetie. So just, keep yourself really grounded, ready to jump forward, ready to say yes, and don't wishy-washy around anything. Just dive right into it and be that light of who you are, because you're there,
Yeah,
and everything's just going to expand and open up. But really keep yourself grounded as you move through to it as well. Yeah, because I think that's really important to keep yourself grounded into the energies right now. Thank you.
indeed. And Ariana, you gotta come back so you can do your Ariana's dictionary. We
I
missed
know.
that.
I know she hasn't come on in a while.
I
Do her
know. Our other guest from that part of the world hasn't been on in a while either. We have to reach out to her too.
who? I
Who
mind.
else is,
Huh?
huh?
Who?
Anastasia.
Oh yes, Anastasia. I'm like
Yes,
who?
Anastasia.
Deborah.
Anastasia.
Deborah.
Yes. So Deborah, you want to go first, Rebecca?
You could go first.
Okay. So
Ooh.
Deborah, my dear, thank you for gracing us with your presence and energy this evening. Um, Interesting. Yeah, this is so. There's what I sense and feel, what you perceive to be chaos happening in and around you right now. But don't allow that perception to sway you from the decisions that you have to make. Allow you to stand fast in the choices, and not allow the chaos from family, chaos from work, the outside chaos to sway you from stepping into what is rightfully yours. Uh, Whether if it's, and I feel it could be a new job, a lot of newness on the horizon for you, my dear. A lot of newness, new isness, new business, new everything. I know, right? Coming in for you. And so the chaos, let the chaos be the chaos, but you step into your power. You take control of what you are capable of taking control of, and let the everything else dissolve and dissipate away. Because chaos can only reign for so long, and chaos eventually gives way to order, to discipline, to the power that lives within you. Because if you ever notice a fire, a fire always starts off small, and it just grows, and then it begins to get a little untamed. But that's the way the fire has to expand. It does have to become untamed just a little bit for the expansion, which can be perceived as chaos. And then once the fire is done expanding, it comes back to its controlled self, its controlled space. So this is the space where you're in. You have to come back to the center of the fire, come back to the center of your power, and there you will be. You will be in that of that strength, of that order of who you are. Mm. Rebecca?
Beautiful. So, Deborah, my dear love, I totally agree with what Hillis is saying, and to kind of add to that
Okay.
is remember to breathe. Remember to breathe through this. It's so important because I feel like everyone right now, we're all in a time of rapid transformation that is happening right now on many different levels. And I feel that yours, my dear, is one of a cosmic heart opening at a new level that you have not done before. And I think it scares the bejeebies out of you because I feel this new shift within your heart. I don't that has really kind of shook your core that you really don't know how to handle it, and that you're finding new ways to look at things that you haven't looked at before. Things have been coming into your world different than they have before. People have been shifting, and that's kind of thrown you off guard. I feel a little bit talking about the fire and all that. However, I really feel that it's just stand, allow that heart space. That is your key right now, to breathe and allow that heart space, that cosmic heart, to just open to receive and
Mhm.
unfold and flow. And everything will just be clear.
Yes. Mm.
That's my blah, 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 blah.
We love you, Jaime, if you're still on. And Ariana is saying her full of tears in her eyes. Big step there. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Ariana, you're most welcome. We're so glad that you're here and your presence with us. And this is a personal request, Miss Rebecca
What?
Gregory.
Oh,
Personal
Rebecca.
request.
A
Yeah.
personal request. Oh my gosh, I'm getting personal requests now.
Right. See?
Oh, okay, Miss Michelle, can you please give me a card? Okay, dragons, what message do you have for Missy Michelle? Ooh, you get two messages because that's how I do cards.
They just popped out.
They just pop out. Ooh, okay, Michelle. So I feel you got the deep blue. Oh, I'm horrible at this. The deep blue dragon keeps you safe by clearing your pathway. Trust that you're protected. Walk on the path of light. Weren't we just talking about that earlier? And
Mm-hmm.
I think this one came up earlier too tonight. The fire and water
Yeah.
dragon. So as you're moving that pathway, the fire and water dragon enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change and move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected and have fun. And that's a good, I'm so glad this card came out because that's one thing that we didn't discuss not tonight, Hillis, and I think needs to be said. You
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah.
We really now need to be in the innocence, in the childlike play of who we are, to be curious, to not be afraid, to be the fearless one of walking through this transformation with that curiosity and that innocence and that vulnerability and allowing that to unfold and being in that space. So anyway,
Yes.
I felt like I needed to share that this evening.
No, that's important that you do bring that up because my time away, there was so much play, but there was also balanced with the responsibilities of the land.
Yes.
And it's always that balance. And so, there hasn't been that balance, especially as we get older. Where's the balance? Where's the harmony in that? And
Yeah.
so, Michelle, for you, that's the message here for you to have that balance, to have excuse me, to have that harmony in that, because there's not harmony or balance in your current life situation, whatever this is. You have to bring harmony and balance to that. If it's too much work or not enough work, or if it's more, slacking off, or whatever it is. Not saying that you're slacking off per se, but that's just the energy of it. And so there's this space of allowing for something new to come in. That's why it's so important to have this balance now. Yeah, and I'm getting choked up literally talking about this, because whatever this is, you're not using your voice to speak up for what you want. So that's also very.
Do you need some rape?
Only if it's the good stuff. Actually, I need to go make some pacho.
We have another person that would love a beautiful card, Angela.
I know, but I wasn't done with
Oh,
Michelle.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. No, because it's literally hard for me to speak. And so, Michelle, whatever this is, you have to thank you for that, Rebecca. You have to allow yourself to speak.
To not.
Yeah, to speak your truth. To
You
live
have like a
in
fur
that.
ball in your neck, in your throat, like a cat ball.
Yeah. And so, Rebecca, I'm sorry, not Rebecca, Michelle, you really have to start speaking up. Period. Enough is enough. Speak up.
Tell your truth, girl. It's all about now. Don't be afraid.
Yep. Okay. Now I'm done. And so then Angela is going to be the last one for the night before we get into our tune-up for this evening.
We're doing a tune-up tonight? Okay.
Well, might as well. We've been gone for a while. Give them what the people ask for, right? It wouldn't be called Friday Night Tune-Up without a tune-up.
Let's get tune-up. Tune-up. Tune.
So, Angela,
So, Angela, I want to ask you something. Have you been moving into thinking about a new career? Or I feel like there's a newness in your life around your career or what you're doing, creating a foundation for something new that you've been kind of like, afraid to speak about, but it's been inside your heart, and that you are ready to move forward on it, and you're required to move forward too. But once again, just kind of at that, lift the gate up. I just retired. Okay. So in that retirement, are you looking to do something else? I feel like there's something that you've had, kind of like a vision of something that you've always had in your heart that you're kind of think is totally out there. Maybe not out there, but just like afraid to, I could be reading the energy wrong, but just kind of
healing is what she said.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't.
No, that's what I said, and that's where you need to go. You're in that space. Once again, now my throat's all messed up. It's time to, to speak your truth and be in your truth, and to step into that. I feel like, so I'm feeling the angels are with you right now, and that they're very strong with you to help you, assist you on this interview. So I don't know if you had thought about maybe working with some kind of angelic healing with angels or anything like that, but that's what I'm feeling right now. And as I said, you feel into what resonates with you, but that's what I'm feeling. The angels, I can just feel the angel energy right now. So I don't know. I don't know if that's something you were looking at as a particular type of energy modality, but that's just kind of what's coming out to me, something with the angels or high crystalline energy type healing.
Yeah.
And do it. Step into it. You got it. Allow yourself into it.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you, Rebecca, on that. Because as I was filling into Angela's energy, my heart just dropped, and it's like, okay, why is my heart so heavy? And it's because now you lived for the people, now you want to live for yourself, Angela. And so this aspect of you living for yourself is where the heart lives, is where you want to live. And so the heart isn't open, the heart has been wounded, so to speak. The heart has been damaged because of the overexertion of you living in other people's lives and having you be what other people wanted you to be. So now it's this time for you to really step up and own the power of what you choose to be for yourself, because that energy is now in a way dissolving itself. And so 100% with Rebecca on listening about you now stepping into the energy of your space of who you are, and I'm being guided to express this. I usually don't do this, but the beginning of next year, probably first by the spring of next year, I'm going to be able to start attuning people to the energy work that I do, which is the Lemurian light energy work. So if those are interested, you are more than welcome to start signing up now. And Angela, I feel this would be a good fit for you, uh, because I wouldn't have been guided to speak so unless it wasn't so. So yeah.
And I want to add to that. I'm feeling, Angela, that nurse keeps on coming to me. I don't know if you were a nurse or there's somebody you know that's a nurse, but I feel like there's somebody in the world, maybe a group of people in your world that you're afraid to let know that you want to go down this path. And that it's okay. You need to claim you and move forward with that. And just as I said, we talked about earlier about, learning, discerning people and how you want them in the world. You need to do you now, no matter
Yeah.
what. So if they have their opinion, let them have their opinion. You need to follow you.
Indeed. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, everyone who is here. And
Yes.
now it is time for the tune-up. So, um, do you want to do sound? Do you want to do meditation? What would you like to do, my dear?
I don't care. What do you want to do? I could do some sound.
So, what I can do is,
I'm feeling we need to really ground everybody in.
yeah,
I'm feeling there's a really deep need for people to be grounded right now.
yeah. So, what I'm going to do is actually, I was going to connect to everyone who's watching, everyone who's in the space, ground the energy in, and then as I ground them in, I'll circle back to you, and then you can emanate. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay, give
Whatever.
me like 30 seconds.
30?
30 seconds, that's all I need.
Oh, you're just doing 30 seconds? Okay, we're doing
No. I mean, just give me 30 seconds to connect to everyone.
Oh, 1, 2. On the countdown. 3.
That was awesome.
I thought you were going to speak, so I was kind of waiting, and I was like, I guess he's just holding it. He's doing it.
Yeah, no, I was broadcasting signals.
Oh, I know you were. I was a little confused though, so I was like waiting for a moment. So I'm like, what's going on?
No, it's good.
Then we just kind of float.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Float away, float away, float away. But there is this message that I did pick up on as he was transmitting, as he was emanating that. And so the message, yes, I can translate sound. And so the message is that for everyone to find the space and love in their heart, to anchor into the love, to wash away, to allow the water to come in, to nurture you, and allow the sun to grow you, to reach for that in which we already are, that is here within us. And as we reach for what is already here, as we know what's already here, then we can allow everything else to grow, to expand, to be the light, to be the love, to be exactly what it is, because the time for chaos is over. The time for you to step into your trueness is now. The time for what we are here is now. So there is no time to wait or hesitate in terms of the expression of this light being in this body. So allow yourself to embody the light that you are. Yeah.
And always remember to speak the words of the truth of you and stand in that power within you.
Yeah. 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 So you guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank
tonight
you. Yes.
For our first time in just over a month.
Well, I was on by myself, remember?
Yes. So for me,
I know.
As a duo.
I held down the fort a little bit, and then I went off grid.
Yeah. So no,
I just want to thank everyone who listens to the show, either now or finds us in the future, from the bottom of my heart and in that space of my cosmic heart. So much love to each every one of you, and know that Hillis and I, we do this show to hold the space for you. So we are your biggest cheerleaders. We really are. We're here growing ourselves, but also holding the space for you to grow, and that's why we do this show. So if you're feeling down, just tap on one of our shows and just allow that energy, because you are creating this with us and being that consciousness together. And the magic that we do on this show together as a collective is just absolutely beautiful. So everyone give themselves a big hug that, we are all part right here of something absolutely amazing that is changing this world. Just remember that.
indeed. And if you guys want a really huge laugh,
What?
click on the show where we talk about the word fuck.
Oh, Hillis, I know that show was funny.
That was like the funniest show ever. So until next week, everyone, have a beautiful, amazing day, time, week, hour, second,
Or
and
tomorrow.
Or tomorrow. What, tomorrow?
Ariana's in tomorrow already.
Oh, well, yes.
Or maybe other people as well.
Until
We got to cover everyone. We are international, remember? Huh.
Until next week, everyone. And if you guys, seriously, if you guys want if you want us to talk about a particular topic or show, please email us at cosmicinsightradio@gmail.com. There, we take suggestions, or just leave a comment here. What do you want us to talk about? Because,
And also, I just wanted to let you know too, if you have any products out there or anything that you're doing out in the world that you like to share with us, let us know. We'll advertise it on the show, and because we're here to support you as well. So, and speaking of that, I think we have a couple like subscriber things that we're doing. We have to go back to Mountain Rose Herbs. So if you use those, we'll get that next week, because I don't have.
Yeah, we're halfway in the swing of things. It's not a full swing yet. We did pretty
You're
good.
further along than I am. I'm like just right out of the gate. You're a little further along. So next week we'll be more with it.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next week, be safe, enjoy, and keep exploring, Cosmic Explorers.
Keep on exploring. Being you. Mwah.